So this is how to graph using the SFU version of Microsoft Excel. So again, selecting the three averages that I actually want to put as the bars in my bar graph, and then go to Insert and click on this up here to insert a particular graph. I want a 2D column graph. Click on that. You'll notice that the three means have been graphed. 1.6 is down here, 10.4 is up here, 9 is over here. I want the x-axis labels to be correct, so I'm going to right-click to open up the menu, the drop-down menu, and go to Select Data. Okay. Now for the horizontal, I want to edit what the horizontal axis is and tell them I want them to label it as a label at the top of the columns, these three. And click OK. And OK again. And notice that the x-axis is now labeled properly with Group A, Group B, and Group C. Now I want to add some error bars. So click on the data series I want. I'm actually going to go up here to add chart element error bars and to add more error bar options. Okay, so I want to go plus and minus both. I want to add a cap to it, which is good. And as far as the actual values, I want to do custom. So I want to specify what values I want for my error bars. Okay, so for my positive error bar, I'm just going to make sure I clear whatever's there, get rid of that. I want to select these three bottom row, this bottom row here. So these are my error bar values. Okay, same for the bottom, so I'm going to select whatever's in the negative there, get rid of it. Come over here, and again, I want the lower error bars to again be these three numbers. Right? And let go there, and hit OK. And you notice that, click over here, we now have error bars above and below each of these means. Right? Notice that the error bar for Group C is quite big because you notice the values for Group C are kind of all over the place. They're quite varied. That's why you get a bigger error bar. Whereas Group A is quite consistent. Right? You see that they're all kind of grouped around 2, which is why it's a little bit smaller. So the way you interpret this graph is that if the two error bars, like these two, are overlapping, then statistically speaking, these two averages aren't really different, right? The difference is so small and the variation is so big that you can't really say that there's any difference between Group B and Group C. So if this is your positive control and this is your treatment, you'd say that there's no difference, that this is as good or at inhibiting bacteria as the positive control. But if you compare either of these to Group A, you'll notice that this bar does not overlap with this bar, which tells us that we're at least 95% sure that this average is actually bigger, statistically speaking, actually bigger than this one, which is good news. It means that your extract is actually making a significantly bigger zone of inhibition than your negative control. And of course, your positive control is working as well. All right, so hopefully that helps you with the SFU version of Excel. See you in lab.